Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. My name is Cordant and we are back for some more Pathfinder Wrath of the Righteous in Last Azlanti. We are done with the Lost Chapel, so we are back at the Crusaders camp so that we can rest and control our army a little bit before we head off to Drezen. But the first order of business is we're gonna talk to Miss Nurah here, because she has had a lot of suspicious interactions in the game thus far. So if you remember, we had a perfumed handkerchief which attracted the Vescavor swarms to us. Then we found a perfume bottle with the same smell in her tent. She said it was just a perfume. Then during the attack of the gargoyles, things were being lit on fire, and gargoyles don't have the capacity to deal or to set things on fire. But Nurah was right beside burning buildings and she had fire bombs with her. So let's see if she has something to say about this. How can I help? I'll be glad to help in any way I can. But how? That's the question. When the gargoyles attacked the camp, what were you doing with that vial of alchemist's fire in my tent? Forgive me, Commander, she looks at the ground. Despite everything, I am still quite unsuited to war. I belong in a library somewhere, not on the battlefield. When those beasts fell from the sky, I panicked. The fire, the screams, the monsters, the chaos. I ran to you because I could see you knew what to do. As for the vial, that was completely stupid. I just wanted to arm myself with something. But I knew fire wouldn't work on demons. Why did I grab that alchemist's fire, not something that would actually work? I don't know. It's not my first time in the wound, but I still haven't learned how to fight. Enough lies, Nurah. It's time to tell me the truth about what you're doing in this army. You want to know the truth? Ah, her face cringes painfully. Here's the truth. I hate all of you. If I'd been there the day Arilu Vorlesh opened the rift of the abyss, I would have gladly handed her the ingredients for the ritual. I put the pheromone-soaked cloth in your pocket. I wanted those hellbugs to eat your smug face off. I was the one who set the tents on fire that night, and I told the gargoyles who to grab. You little bitch. Every day I was in your army, I did all I could to hurt you. Oh, the things I would gladly do to you, and it would be but 1,000th of what you deserve. She hides her face in her hands. When I was 8, I was auctioned off like livestock. Like livestock, they used a stick to train me to obey. Did the paladins of Mendev help me? Of course not. Even when we passed through a Mendevian city, none of those warriors of good lifted a finger to set me free. Slavers aren't demons after all. Nurah looks up and stares at you with eyes red with tears. The first time I came to the wound, I wasn't seeking adventure. My owner dragged me here on a leash. You think the demons bribed me? I was happy to betray him. Without a shadow of a doubt, expecting nothing in return. I poured a sleeping potion into their soup pot, opened the gate and waited for the demons to come and tear them all to pieces. And me along with them. I didn't care. But the demons saw the real me. They made me a cultist. They offered me a chance for revenge. I'm here for revenge. I only want one thing. For the demons to devour you all. You, your queen, all your heroic knights, and after that, the whole world can burn for all I care. Okay, so we have a couple of options here. And I'll be honest, I don't actually know what the option for the Trickster path does, but I have read that it's supposedly the best option. I typically would go for something like good or lawful. But since I read it, I'm gonna try and see what this does. So yeah, you're right. The Crusaders and demons aren't that different. They're all arrogant morons worshipping their smug idols. Wouldn't you like to help me teach them both a lesson? Nurah snatches the wand from her belt, ready to cast a spell, but her movement slows as your words sink in, and she freezes in awe and admiration. Are you serious? I mean, no, you're kidding, right? But how did someone like you come to lead the Crusaders? Just imagine. The shock on Nurah's face gives way to vengeful joy. By all the gods I've long cursed. How about that? Really, burning is too glorious a death for them. Let's put fool's caps on them all and let them dance. I don't know how you'll do it, but somehow I know you can. They're waiting for me in Drezen, Commander. I'll go there and tell them some pleasing lies. Let them think they got you. If they don't devour me, we'll meet again in the city. And if they do, then to hell with me. Good luck. If you manage it, oh, we'll have a good laugh at them all. I am very curious to see what this ends up being. Waving her wand, Nurah opens a portal and dives into it. And I'm only doing something like this blind because I read that this was supposedly the best option. So I'm not expecting somebody to kill me or something. Okay, so you guys... Oh, okay, I can do this. Okay, so I told her that, but I can also tell this to the queen. Nurah WotR turned out to be a spy and a cultist. I've already been informed. Thank you for helping to draw her out. I promise you, when I reach Nerosian, I shall conduct a thorough investigation to ascertain how that cultist managed to infiltrate our ranks. I will make it my personal responsibility. Okay, so she already knew, so we're not doing anything too special here. What about Irbeth? Doesn't care. And Nevia. Oh, now I have this guy over here. Hello. You're just the same guy for the skins, right? Yeah, illusions. Okay. What is a Nevia? A Nevia. No, not Eagle Watch, Healer, Orgus, Blacksmith, Ilser. Do not know where she went. Okay, so let's go outside. Not for the purpose of actually moving my party. I want to move my army. You can keep as you are. Before I move on to Drezen, I am likely to level up more of my companions, especially Regil and Cordampina here, as it might be important. And we might even reach level 9 before going there, hopefully. We're quite close. We can recruit new people, so I'm gonna recruit Hell Knights and Clerics. Every time I can do this, I will do this, as well as all of the available archers. This army can start making its way to the main army here. In the meantime, we are going to advance and clear out some more things. So the last remaining army blocking the way to Drezen is this one here. Talk to Sosiel. Wait, did I forget something? Didn't I do this? Okay, I forgot I had to... Okay, let me talk to Sosiel before I move for this. Yeah. So go to the camp again, please. But I'm not misremembering, right? My short-term memory is not that great, but I feel like I've spoken with Ulrich already.
How much longer, I wonder?
There was like... I think even Nevia came to call me. This was yesterday, but I'm not senile. Come on. I think it happened. How? Hulbrick looks lost as he stares at his hands, protecting and protecting his sharp claws. Everyone dead. There's no one left. No one. I just can't wrap my head around it. But didn't we already discuss this? I'm sorry. What? So you speak to him while he's sitting on the log by the campfire, he even passed me a drink, but then you have to talk to him again to complete the quest. That's very strange. But okay. Let me speak to Sosiel then to advance his quest. And I will say that Sosiel is a quest that I personally hate. And I will explain why. Do you think about what the Hell Knight told you? Yes, Sosiel shakes his head. Another dead end. I still know nothing. How could Trevor have parted with his shield? I can't imagine. And I have to actually check the wiki for this. Because something that I hate about Sosiel's quest is... And... okay. I'll try not to spoil. But basically... There are a number of different opportunities where you can essentially mess up the good, you could call it, the good ending to his quest. And you might not even be aware that you are making such choices. So for example, I believe right now, right on this dialogue, you are making one of those choices. And if you choose poorly, it messes up the entire quest. So I want to make sure I'm picking the right one because I always forget which is the right one. And yeah, so I basically hate it because you can just mess up a very long quest line just by picking a wrong dialogue option way back. Because this quest takes place over several acts. And let's say it takes me, I don't know, example, 20 hours. Let's say it takes me 20 hours to reach the point of the conclusion of his quest. It's probably more. And you reach that point, you notice that you messed something up in the past. You can't just quick load the game. I'm assuming you're not playing Last Azlanti in this example, of course. But you can't just load the game back to like 30 hours ago just to redo the quest. It's way too much. So I hate the way they did this, that you can just mess up the quest without knowing it on just a simple choice like this one. So I'm gonna check this out. I'll be right back with the right one. Okay, so let me check this while I have this guide open on the other screen. The way I can see this is there are 3 outcomes for this. You can either, I think you can either like make his brother look like a hero, or a victim, or a traitor. And the actual best approach seems to be to make him look like a victim, is what I'm getting from this. And when you're back at camp, talk with Sosiel again and make sure to pick you don't know what your brothers endured this war. Yep, perhaps the person you once knew is gone. So, I'm just gonna say my opinion about this. When I was playing this game for the first time, it seems like this dialogue is encouraging you to say something like, you must believe in your brother. If he gave away his shield, it means he had a good reason. Like, this is the easy, good aligned option to pick. Really, I don't think there's another way of looking at this. An answer such as, you don't know what your brothers endured in this war, perhaps the person you once knew is gone. The first part I agree with. The second part seems like you're telling Sosiel that his brother is gone, that to just kind of forget about him. And that's, to me, that's not the right way to go about things. But if you want to have the proper results, I think this is the right option, at least following this guide here. So yeah, we're gonna go for this one. I don't want to believe that, I can't, not Trevor. With a sudden shiver, Sosiel looks down and whispers faintly, brother, will I recognize you when I find you? You know, it's not only the Hell Knights who told me the truth. Knight Tidabate refused to tell me anything about my brother's fate while I was serving in Canabres, but after these events she finally broke her silence. And the things she told me, Sosiel shakes his head. That he was a good fighter but a terrible knight and an utterly worthless paladin. He became more and more cruel as time went on. He started caring more about destroying the enemy than protecting the innocent. He gushed over Prelate Holrun and his witch hunts. Eventually, the goddess's patience wore thin. When he beat up some poor fellow for blasphemy, Shallan took away Trevor's powers. That was a huge blow for him. He left the city asking only that his disgrace be kept secret from his family. That was why Irabeth didn't say anything earlier. Brother, my brother, but how? He's always been kind, merciful. Where could this cruelty have come from? I'm just gonna go over the options that I don't care about. Tell me about yourself. You're an artist. Sure. Okay. Let me see if there's an option for this. I don't think any of these options matter for the quest there. I will go for lawful then. No. Brother's faith. I can't wrap my head around what I've learned. It's as if we're talking about a different person altogether. How could be? How could he? Why did he give his shield to that she-devil in black armor? Oh, Shallan, let this all be a mistake. Okay. Now, I thought we would have an option to ask what Idabeth told him. Ask Sosiel what Idabeth told him and then pick blah blah. Maybe it's not here yet? Dude, I didn't mess this up, right? I don't think I messed it up. This is all flavor. Yeah, so this is the quest, the quest completing. I told him this. Then he just talks about what Idabeth told me. I didn't get an option for any question. Okay, so I think I'm okay here. In any case, so his quest is advanced or done right now. These two we have to wait. Okay, so let us continue here. Do I have any more stuff? No. Let us continue here. And we shall be fighting some demon armies to clear the way. So I have already recruited the army. Yeah, this one. Let's take out this fortress here. These fights, if I remember correctly, are not as easy as the ones we've been facing before. And I don't think it's mandatory that you do these fights as quickly as I'm doing them. I don't think there's an actual time limit for anything like that. You can kind of just sit back, recruit more people, and then come back and do these fights. I could just wait for that extra army that I just hired and go do this. But I think we can just do it right now. Now, from this group here, I am kind of concerned about the dredges because they're going to use Stinking Cloud on my archers for sure. So I'm just going to move my rangers here. And something I want to mention in case I haven't before is when enemies spawn units in battle, such as this Vescavor swarm that the Derachni summoned, you do not need to kill summons to finish the battle. If you kill... Let me go back. If you kill the summoner, the summons don't go away. They still try to hurt you. But if you kill every other enemy and just leave the summons, the battle will immediately end. So you don't actually need to kill them if you don't want to. If I'm gonna shoot people, I want to shoot the ones that are least important. I'm guessing the dredges? Or even the cultists. Okay, so shoot over there. And the babaus are actually quite dangerous. They do a lot of damage. So I'm gonna take those out first. Okay, we still have 6. I can use... No, I'll just wait here. Okay. And the Hell Knights... Well, you can actually go and kill them, maybe. Okay, perfect. Okay, the Vrogs are on top of me. But out of what we have, I would say the more dangerous ones are likely to be this big mass of cultists or the Derachni. I think these guys are more of a tankish opponent. As you saw, they only killed one of my archers here. So I will go for the Derachni. Okay. And you can keep on working on the dredges. Okay, the Vescavor swarm is hitting me. My archers are disabled. My clerics... I suppose you can start trying to bash the rocks. And I will finish off the dredges with my cavalry. This is fine. Go for the cultists. Awesome. Let's shoot more dredge. Actually, yes. Okay, keep on hitting these guys. Again. Perfect. Perfect. And now it's just a matter of killing this guy. And you see, the summons are still up, but the fight is over. No losses. We have now cleared the way to Drezen, so we could just jump into Drezen. The last enemy fortress blocking the commander's triumphant army's advance has fallen. The soldiers are more than happy to spend the night beneath the shelter of its fortified walls. The road to Drezen is clear. So, I mentioned that there was no time limit for this, and I still believe there's not. The only thing I believe exists is if you retake Drezen within a certain amount of time, I think you get like a ring as a reward. I don't think it's anything too spectacular. I think it's like a ring of defense +4. Does it say here actually? It just says last chapter to complete or it will fail. Yeah, it does not mention anything here. It does say time is a luxury, but nothing other than that. Okay, so while we still have movement, we have these armies here, which if you look at them, some of them are kind of scary. And I wouldn't go for it with only this party, I can say that much. But since we have our general, the general can just take out units one at a time. So we can handle this. Famous last words and all that, but I do believe we can handle this. Okay, so we have 10 Vrogs, we have Brimoraks, which are going to be immune to fire. So those will need to die with physical damage. Dretch is going to be annoying again, some fighters. So yeah, the Vrogs are the more dangerous one. If I could kill all the Dretches, it would be better. But I have to roll quite high. I can... let's gamble. Okay, it wasn't too bad. If I had like if I had high morale, I could have finished them off maybe. Okay, it's okay. These I will probably kill with the Scorching Ray, so I'm not gonna bother wasting stuff on them. I will just put Smite Evil over there and just total defense here. And my Hell Knights will also go for the Brimoraks here. Yes, yeah, he does his annoying thing again. Move. I will go for the Brimoraks as I said, the Vrogs as I said. Kill them all. You did not get disabled. Well done. Ah. You could have rolled a little bit higher. But okay. I will kill the Brimoraks. Or some of them at least. You are still waiting. Do I even bother with using up more energy? I don't think so. I think I'll just do this kind of normally now. Okay, how many can I heal? 2 to 6. I'll use one. Nice. Smack. Kill that. You are disabled, of course. Heal. And just auto. And again, no losses. That's one more army dealt with. Let's go for the next one. Okay, so this army, let's see. They have Babaus, Cultists, Dretches, Brimoraks, Derachni. They have the Minotaur Axe Throwers, which I'm pretty sure if I let them live, they can just massacre my backline, because they throw their axes from afar. So let me just kill these straight up. Good. I'm gonna move my ranges to try not get hit by the Stinking Cloud. Oh, that's awesome. I will go for the Brimoraks, however. Because I need to kill them with physical damage. as we saw before. I have a bonus to attack damage and AC against evil units. I'm gonna put this... I'm gonna wait. I will have my Hell Knights come over here though and just block. They killed 5 of my friends there. Not ideal. I will keep on going for the Brimmer Axe. And I think I want to kill the Drachni here. It's between the Drachni and the Babaus. I'll go for the Drachni, since I'm blocking them quite well with these higher AC friends. This swarm is going to be annoying. Okay. I'm going to heal my Hell Knights. I'm not actually going to hit the Babaus, because if you hit them, they retaliate with acid. Protective Slime. Unit deals power times d6 times unit number acid damage to the enemy when damaged in melee. So yeah, I'm not going to attack. I will just block them off and get some more AC here. I could also hit the Vescavor Swarm. But I'll just increase the DC for now. The AC for now. Chop the head out of my rangers there. Far from ideal, obviously. These guys have very high numbers. So I think I'm gonna try and kill these quickly. And not go for the Babaus, because they are kind of under control there. That was a very low roll. That was a very low roll. Okay, let's not panic. Let's not panic here. Okay. I think I have to start doing something, otherwise we're just gonna get smacked. Okay, kill one. Oh, come on, you walked in the cloud. Okay, my archers are dead. These cultists disabled themselves on the stinking cloud, which is very good. I can heal maybe my clerics here. Yes. And I will use my Scorching Ray on this guy, because this guy is disabled. Okay, not the best roll, but not too bad either. Okay, do this. Okay. You are disabled. I'm still kind of hoping we can deal with this fight without losses once I start healing my friends here. Because I can heal 6 to 13 and even 10 over here. I think I'm okay with this. Yeah, we can finish this fight without losses. If we don't die, of course. Okay, you are back in the fight. I'm gonna deal with the Vescavor Swarm here. This guy is back. Okay, low roll, but whatever. I will go for the cultists here. Keep on bashing the Vescavors. Oh, you are disabled again? Oh, come on. Okay. Not panic. Heal. Kill the cultists. You are still disabled. Okay. Who's playing? My thingies are. Okay. I will Scorching Ray here. Be done with those. Hit there. Hit here. Okay, we're good, we're good, we're good. Kill these. Okay, and now I'm just gonna heal. Good. Awesome. Okay, and this fight should be over in our favor. So, everybody who died got replenished. Success. A good showcase of why having a spellcaster general is a very good thing. We leveled up. we get a very important spell here, Fireball. I mean, pretty much all of these spells are quite good. Haste will give you speed, bonus to attack, initiative, and reflex saves. It's only for a single round though. Slow, the same thing, but on the enemies. But Fireball just annihilates units, so that's my pick. We take this one. And we're gonna go for the last army here, which also holds a nice item there. Let's see if we can show off the power of Fireball here. Okay, so we have some Nabasu there, they summon some ghouls. But look at this setup. We have 3 enemies close together, which is very nice for the Fireball, because it hits in a square like this. So our options could be, I could just skip the turn and not skip the turn, sorry. I could wait to see where the enemies start going for, but I know that the Nabasu will always stay here because his round is up. So if I want to kill him and also take some friends along, I need to do it right now. So Fireball would go over here. Killed both units. The Nabasu actually didn't take too much damage, which is sad. And these ghouls are summoned. When they have this glow, it means it's a summon. And I'm thinking if I want to start killing the ghouls or the Nabasu. I think the Nabasu are gonna eat a Scorching Ray. So I'll go for the ghouls. Okay. My cleric, I'm going to guess he's just gonna chill for a bit. I can block the way by placing him here. Yeah, okay. So go there. And you can start smacking these guys over here. Oh, nice. And the Nabasu can reach me. Yeah, he can always reach me. So I'll just keep on bashing. Maybe on this guy. Okay. Keep working on the weak ones. I could also Fireball these two, but it's a waste because the summon doesn't matter. I will just use a Scorching Ray here. He's dead. Okay. So they are undead, so I can even use Lay on Hands on them. And I'm gonna move around and deal more damage here. And same thing over there. And I guess I can go for a Cure Wounds here, killing most of them. And then finish them off like this. And done. So 0 losses in all of our fights. And evidently demons had taken a liking to the place and had been using it as a sacrificial site for quite a long time. A dagger, presumably used for killing innocents, was found plunged in the center of the ritual symbol. So this item is a pretty cool item called Edge of Force. It is a dagger, which means it's a simple proficiency, anybody can pick it up. It is a +2 dagger, cold iron finesse wielding. None of that matters. What matters is, whenever the wielder of this +2 cold iron dagger casts a spell with Force Descriptor, it deals additionally 2 force damage per dice rolled. So even on something like Magic Missile, this is going to be quite nice, because every single missile will deal 2 extra force damage. And if used on something like the Battering Blast or whatever the name is, you just keep on adding more damage. So anything that adds damage per dice roll is a very nice thing to have. Okay, you guys can actually just maybe go over there and just sit there. Because other than this, we found the Ashen Grotto there. We can't go there yet. And then we have some stuff up there, but I think we can only go for that after you have dealt with Drezen. At most, I could come back down over here and deal with this and see if it takes me over to the Heart of Mystery. Don't actually remember how the paths unlock here. Okay, yeah, so for now, we're gonna take our party. We're gonna move up. And make camp. And we're gonna have a discussion here. So, banner over the Citadel, battle to the Citadel, find the Sword of Valor is our main quest now. Your army halts along a hill, and in the distance you see the walls of Drezen. Smoke rises over the city. Winged figures are circling in the sky above it, but they don't look like birds. It's time to discuss strategy. It was once an unassailable fortress. Luckily for us, the demons destroyed a lot of the defenses when they stormed the city, and in 70 years they haven't gotten around to mending them. But this isn't going to be easy. Unfortunately, most of the walls are still standing. Hello, Queen. Anevia stops, hearing a clamor of astonishment and jubilation outside the tent. The curtain moves and Her Majesty Galfrey of Mendev enters, wearing opulent armor, with her famous longsword at her belt. The Queen smiles mischievously. Forgive the intrusion, it wasn't easy to catch up with you. So she enters because you convinced Galfrey to join your march on Drezen. Your Majesty, what a surprise! Anevia says in a voice that indicates anything but. Either your chief scout is concealing her shock very well, or she was already aware of the Queen's presence in the camp. The Queen takes her place at the table. Please continue your discussion and try to imagine I'm not here. I'd like to hear the plan you settle on. Anevia spreads an old city map on the table. The gates are old and rotten now. We can get through them with a ram, but then there will be street fights. It will be a hell of a fight in Drezen. Luckily, somewhere in the city there's a sacred banner, the Sword of Valor. Let me actually read this. The greatest Crusader relic, the Sword of Valor, is a banner once carried to battle by Iomedae herself. It is both a symbol and a powerful artifact which emits an aura that blocks demon powers. However, the banner only works this way in righteous hands, hidden from the eyes of believers. It loses its properties. Iomedae's holy relic wouldn't fall to corruption like ever. The demons just kept it as a trophy, a sign of our disgrace, and now it's going to be their downfall. If you find it and raise it again, all the demons in the city will be weakened and lose their ability to teleport. That's when we'll chop them up like blind rats. But don't forget, Staunton Vane is somewhere out there, the same traitor who gave Drezen over to the demons in the first place. He won't part with that banner easily. Regil looks at you without speaking. It seems he has a suggestion. What are the Eagle Watch Knights going to do? The same as everyone else. Die for nothing. That's not the correct approach. Idabet's eyes shine feverishly in her gaunt face. Who are you lying to? Yourself? Each other? The gods? For a moment she looks at the Queen's stony face, hesitating, but then she continues in a hollow voice. Everything is futile. You all realize that we're going to die. We're leading our people to the slaughter. Our army was almost defeated by a swarm of gargoyles. We won't last 5 minutes in Drezen. Beth, are you nuts? Yes, it's a dangerous gig. We all knew that when we were signing up for. But now that we've got here, you want us to shit our pants and go home? We got to bloody Drezen by a miracle. Sorry. Let me recuperate my composure. We got to Blade Drezen by some miracle and we're about to take it back. Kinda like to chicken out, don't you think? It doesn't matter what we do. The lad hanging on the hook next to me didn't want to die. But what could he do to fend off death? What could I do? We're all doomed, but only a few of us are willing to admit it. By this time tomorrow, we'll all be dead. Idabet's voice drifts away, but then seems to carry from a distance, making its way through the sticky veil of fog that fills your mind. The demon that's appeared inside you struggles to be free. A little bit more and its wave of rage will engulf you. Okay, we have a couple of options. Do they really make weaklings like you into commanders of knightly orders? Another word and you're going to lock up for sowing panic and undermining discipline? I think you still haven't recovered from what you went through in the chapel. Pull yourself together or I'll be forced to suspend you from operation. We're gonna go for the good option here, try to encourage her. We want to encourage her to have faith in herself. Idabeth, pull yourself together. Remember Canabres. Despite everything, we won and stopped a catastrophe. We won? Yes, by some miracle we took a bite out of the demon forces. Without the power you were granted, we'd have died in the Grey Garrison. End of story. Drezen will be our death. You, Commander, might still have a chance to be saved, but you're leading our people into certain ruin. You pathetic little nothing. You were so proud of your strength and yet you broke so easily. The demonic rage inside you seeds and searches for an exit. It struggles to get out, exhausting, threatening, and convincing at the same time. You also feel strong enough to keep it under control if you want to. There you have it. A perfect illustration of why the Crusaders have made not an inch of progress in 100 years. A whining upstart commander has been put in charge of a knightly order by an idealistic queen, circumventing all rules of military hierarchy. And now said upstart has crumbled in her first serious trial. Regil chuckles harshly. Absolutely everything in this situation, from the story of Irabeth's rise to the reasons why she lost her reason and morale, demonstrates how dire matters truly are on our front. These problems can be rectified, of course, but to do that, we will need to drive the black sheep from the herd. You know, Regil might be evil, but I agree with him. Sir Paralictor, are you comfortable with this idealistic queen standing next to you? Very much so, your majesty. Besides, you asked us not to pay you any heed. Damn, get smacked in the face, bitch. The queen... I love Regil. The queen looks at Irabeth. Her voice, when she begins to talk, sounds surprisingly soft. I was in your place once, Commander Tirabad, many years ago. I also wanted to throw my sword to the ground and give up. Ah, man, this was so good. What made you want that, your majesty? What happened? Irabeth avoids looking at the queen. What happened? My god died. Aradan was the immortal Azlanti who raised the Star Stone from the bottom of the Inner Sea, and in so doing found the city of Absalom and ascended to godhood. Prophecy told of his return to Golarion and the beginning of a new age of glory. On the eve of his return, however, his clerics were cut off from his power and terrible storms racked the world. Now presumed dead, Aradan's demise ushered in the current age of lost omens. The neighboring lands were being devoured by the world wound, and it didn't seem it would stop at Sarkoris. Galfrey's voice remains warm and a little pensive. In this moment it is easy to believe that she is more than a century old and has seen all the horrible events of the region unfold before her eyes. But I am still here, and my kingdom still stands, just as it did the day my doubts nearly got the better of me. Okay, so here, if I remember correctly, you have these three options here. If you have treated Irabeth well, if you were successful in the defense of the tavern, the defender's heart, and if you have the queen, if you convince the queen to join the march on Drezen. I believe if you don't have those things, or at least one of those things, you will not have these options. So we can go for diplomacy, or we can go for good or even lawful, both of them being on the angel mythic path, and you can convince Irabeth to, you know, believe in herself. So, since I don't have a guarantee that I'm gonna pass this check, I only have a plus 20 on Darren, I'm gonna go for a guaranteed one. So, this one is, I thought we had a lot in common, Irabeth, the same fire burns inside both of us. If you break, what am I to do as your comrade and commander? Sounds like a good one. A paladin who loses their spirit and forgets their duty, that is the worst kind of betrayal. It's a betrayal of yourself. A little harsh. I'll go for the good one here. Irabeth winces, then runs her hand over her face like a person waking up from a bad dream. Yes, Commander, forgive me for this moment of weakness. Anevia catches Irabeth's eye and gives her a nod of encouragement. So, what are we going to do, Commander? My queen, what are your plans? I will storm the city with the army. I am told that my presence improves morale. Good. What are the Eagle Watch Knights going to do? The Eagle Watch are most experienced crusaders in the army. They must set an example for the others. We'll spread them across our other units so each one has at least a few. I will fight in the group that storms the gates. Regil, what do you want to suggest? Kill the giants. My scouts were able to approach the fortress walls and they learned something unpleasant. The demons have giants who can shoot alchemist fire from catapults, or sometimes something even worse. They're positioned here. Regil draws crosses on a city map. This is useful information. This tells you that when you go to assault Drezen, you want to have resist fire and or protection from fire. Luckily, as Anevia said, the city's fortifications are in sorry state. If we come from this side, through the temple ruins, we can sneak up on the giants and finish them off before they inflict any serious damage on our army. It is a highly risky maneuver. If my unit was injured and exhausted or suffered significant losses, I would consider the risk excessive and never countenance this plan. Fortunately, thanks to the commander's timely aid, the Hell Knights suffered almost no losses during the encounter with the gargoyles. You aided the beleaguered Hell Knights and accepted their leader's offer to help you in your campaign. We're ready to perform the maneuver, but we'll need cover in case we run into any special demons, like the Nabas we all remember. Commander, I would like your party to attack the giants with us. The fighters won't like that. Our lads are hoping the commander will personally lead them into battle, not go off with the Hell Knights. Really? They won't like it. I'm getting tired of talking about the outrageous state of discipline in the Crusader army. Shall we see how they like fire raining down on them from the sky? This guy is sensible. He knows what he's saying. Okay, let's end the council. We attack tomorrow at dawn. Begin preparations. Where will you be in this battle? So, something to note. If I had not confronted Nurah there, or had not learned that she was a spy, she would be here in this council together with all of us right now. And she would also give us a suggestion on an approach. It is still a valid approach. You can basically do the battle in any way that you want. But if you go with Nurah, you might have a nasty surprise as soon as you get to Drezen. So, my understanding is that going with Regil is the best approach, and he does make the most sense out of everybody here, so I will go with the Hell Knights and attack the Giants. A rational decision. Alright, we attack at dawn then. May the good gods help us. Now, something to note about this... Oh, we level up! Nice! We lost some morale by going with the Hell Knights. Sure, whatever. If the soldiers want to be stupid, they can be stupid. I'm gonna do the right thing. By choosing to go with Regil, what's gonna happen is, and this might be a deal breaker for some people, is you have to storm Drezen with Regil. He needs to be in your party. You cannot leave him benched. So, if you are someone like me that does not typically play with Regil, even though I do like the guy a lot, you probably have him at his starting level, you haven't given him any gear, you haven't leveled him up, and now we're gonna have to do all of that in order to take him with us, because if you don't, he's just gonna go with you and he's gonna die, which is far from ideal. So, right now, we have leveled up. We got up to level 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Wait, I'm confused. Oh, okay. The game is suggesting level 5, so never mind. So yeah, we reached level 9, which means we're gonna get an additional feat. And what I'm thinking is, I probably want to level up some more people here, including Cordampina, because one thing that Cordampina will have going for her, let me put you with your bow, is that she has 2 unspent mythic levels, which I feel I'm gonna use for something like abundant casting. And if I can give her abundant casting and decide to take her with me, she is gonna have a lot more spells than what Sosiel currently has. Right, so he has like 4 level 4 spells. With abundant casting it's gonna be, I think, 8. So double the amount here. I have to level up Regil. Same thing for him with the mythic levels. And I will likely replace Lan for Regil. And if I take Cordampina, I will replace Sosiel. That, I think, is my plan. Okay, so we still have some minutes left. I guess I can go over the level up process here. And in the next episode, we start storming Drezen. So I'm gonna pause the video, I'm gonna go over the level ups, and I'm gonna come back and do them all for you guys. And I'm back. Okay, so there's gonna be quite a few level ups to do here. I'm gonna start off with my... Actually, sorry, before I start level ups, I want to check something. Because for my Brown Fur Transmuter, I get to pick 2 spells. I just want to make sure I'm picking something that I can't take on the field medic, maybe. It's not a big... What? Wait, did this change? I guess so. Okay. So he has a regular stuff. I probably want a couple... not that. I want a couple of those. It is not bad to take a few of these either. Take 4 of these. 4 of these. I think I already have a couple of... Yeah, I have 4 of them. Protection from fire is... I can get this from my cleric, so I don't need to worry about those scrolls. Death Ward depends on what I'm gonna be able to get on Sosiel or Cordampina. We still have our cool items here, like the Empower Rod, Charisma, the Red Salamander. But this right now for us won't do much. This is... yeah, this doesn't matter for us right now either. Not sure if I'll need that, but I'm gonna take a few. I could start scribing scrolls when I get a chance. Up to level 6, this is too expensive right now. Because what I was considering scribing would be something along the lines of maybe mirror images. I'll take this one to see what I can do with it. It only allows up level 2, but that's mostly fine. A Headband of Inspired Wisdom +2 would not be bad. I think you have one. Yeah, you have one. But then Sosiel has the healing. Okay, that's enough then. Don't need more. Stone to Flesh. I need to make sure I have a few. But I think I have like 3 of them. Yeah, I have 3 of them. So I'm fine there. First aid kits, I think I have more than enough, but I can take 10 because why not? This was I cannot be flanked. This is natural armor bonus. It's also not bad, but kind of expensive for what I need right now. It's debatable. Okay, so let's look at our arcane scrolls here. I'm not sure if I have one of these, so I'm gonna take it. Fox. I don't, so I want one. There is a communal option for this, so I'm gonna take that one instead. This is level 3. Blur and whatnot. Dimension Door we already have. I want one of these for Stone Skin. I will get 6 of these. They last for 1 hour and we don't have anybody able to cast this yet. And I think other than that, we're starting to go for higher level spells now. Well, they're all mixed up. So I'll take the See Invisibility Communal. And the rest I don't care too much about. Right? I might want Shout. Okay. So we're picking all this up. 10,000 gold. And now we're gonna go for level ups. Okay, so my main character, he is gonna go for a very important level. So it is very important because we're gonna get our final level in Dragon Disciple, at least for the time being, to get the most benefits out of these few levels. So we get 1 more AC, and we also get +2 strength, very, very nice, while progressing our spell casting, our caster levels. So, get athletics, and I'm gonna get, I think, trickery here, for the most part. There is one thing I want to consider though, which is the Hell Knights require 5 persuasion. But proficiency in heavy armor. Sometimes I like to dip 1 point into Hell Knight, but I'm not sure if I'm going to do that right now. I'll just go like this for now. And we are going to take none of these suggestions. We're going to take something that might seem weird for you, which is martial weapon proficiency. So, as I've mentioned, we are currently using a staff because we get flurry of blows from the monk, and that's very powerful for early on. But my weapon of choice for later is not going to be a staff. It's going to be a martial weapon. Not only that, but after Dragon Disciple levels are done, which is going to be right now, we are going to start going into Eldritch Knight. And Eldritch Knight has the prerequisite, as you can see over there, of martial weapons proficiency. I will explain exactly why I want Eldritch Knight once I actually start putting levels in there, but just know that this is a requirement. And then we get some spells to choose. On level 1, I guess I can take Vanish, although I never kind of use it. Level 2, I will take Sense Vitals. This one lets us deal sneak attack damage on our attacks. And for level 3, it's probably going to be Displacement. Keen Edge is also kind of cool. I'm not sure if I've mentioned this before, but I think Keen Edge is a new spell, which is the same thing as Improved Critical on a weapon. And I am kind of thinking if it's even worth taking Improved Critical anymore on a character if you have Keen Edge, unless you may want it as a prerequisite for something else. Well, maybe just the fact that it frees up a spell slot and you don't have to worry about this if you get ambushed or something like that. But still, it's nice to have this option here of Keen Edge. I think for defensive purposes, I am going to go for Displacement here. This one is also new. You conjure a number of miniature comets of ice up to 1 per 4 caster levels to orbit around you, granting you circumstance bonus equal to the number of comets on all blah blah blah. And when you're affected by a spell, you fire one of your comets in retaliation, which doesn't matter too much. Ranged attack deals 1d6 points. Okay, yeah, no, I want Displacement. So Displacement means that when we level up, we're going to get 1 more point of AC, 2 more points of strength. We have our breath weapon getting some more damage. Martial weapon proficiency, Vanish, Sense Vitals, and Displacement. And I thought I would have enough time to go over all the level ups, but I won't have it. So I'm actually just going to save this level up for the next episode so we can have all of the level ups in sequence and go from there. But yeah, this will be the level up for my character for level 9. I'm just going to cancel it right now. So yeah, my friends, as always, I want to thank you all for being here with me on the channel, watching some Pathfinder WotR Righteous. I hope you guys are enjoying it. Questions, suggestions, anything at all, leave a comment below. If you are enjoying the content, consider subscribing for more. Many more videos coming out soon, and I hope to see you all in the next episode where we will start storming Drezen. Until then, stay safe everyone.